Hello, my name's Meera Sodha and I'm really excited to be partnering up with Ocado to bring you a brand new recipe for my vegan banana chocolate muffins with a peanut butter icing. Now I love this recipe and that's partly because bananas and chocolate and peanut butter, well, that is a universal equation for happiness. And yes, they are vegan, but you wouldn't know it. So one of the questions that I get asked most frequently is how do you bake without eggs and dairy? And the answer is it's really simple and I'm going to show you how. Are you ready for this? I'm just going to line the tin. First up, I just need a couple of bananas. So I like to peel them like this, which other people would say is upside down. But it's actually the right way up because this is how the bananas grow. That bit's the stem. So I'm going to break these into a bowl. Now I'm using Ocado Fair Trade bananas. I'm just going to mash them into a rough paste. This paste is going to be brilliant for helping to bind all of our ingredients together, but also it's going to add loads and loads of moisture to our muffins. So I'm just using some olive oil, and that's our main fat. Now I'm not using extra virgin because I don't want the flavour of extra virgin, so this is just the normal stuff. Give that a little mix. In with some oat milk. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. It's really there because it's going to react with our raising agents and that's going to create lots of really lovely bubbles that are going to help our muffins rise. Okay, I'm just going to leave that over to one side. Okay, now for our dry ingredients. I'm using Ocado plain flour and some cocoa powder. Whoa, I've just got that all over me. Cocoa has more concentrated flavour than chocolate does, and that's what I'm here for, big chocolatey flavours. I've got some light brown soft sugar. Now I'm using 2 raising agents, some baking powder and some bicarbonate of soda because we've got quite a dense batter and we've got no eggs, and so the combination of the two is going to be really, really good to make our batter rise. I'm going to use a big pinch of salt as well. That's going to just help bring out the flavour and everything. Oh! And the cinnamon, I almost forgot. This is going to add an extra layer of deliciousness. If it's there, you'll definitely appreciate it. That's all really nicely mixed up now. Let me know when to stop mixing. I love mixing. You're going to cut that bit, aren't you? Righto, over to the wet ingredients. Okay, wet to dry. In we go. And I'm using one of my favourite tools, a spatula. All of that lovely banana-y goodness just going into there. As soon as I add these two together, those raising agents are going to start to react with that vinegar. You know, you want to get it into the oven pretty quickly, not like panic stations quickly, but you wouldn't want to go and take the dog for a walk before you put it in the oven. I'm just going to mix it until it comes together because I don't want to crush all those lovely bubbles out of this. That is looking really good. I could eat that out of the bowl. I'm not going to. I'm going to preserve my dignity. Okay, we're ready to spoon now. Right, so I'm going to grab a couple of spoons. All I'm looking to do is just to distribute this batter into the muffin cases equally. So I'm using a special technique, which I like to call the scoop and drop. And that is spooning with one spoon and dropping with the other. And that means that I just don't get batter everywhere. I can sort of direct it into each of these cases. It's not going to rise too much, so don't worry if the muffin cases are looking a little bit full. In we go. Oh. So I'm just going to go back over these and just keep on distributing the batter. This stuff is golden. You don't want to waste a drop. Right, so it's just got to go in the oven for 30 minutes. Nope. It's going to go in the oven for 25 minutes, or 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to start again. Time to take my muffins. Look at those. I mean, they smell like all of my dreams come true. And as tough as it is, I've just got to wait for these muffins to cool before I ice them. I'm just doing the skewer test on these and that's coming out nice and clean. So those are definitely cooked and ready. Now whilst they cool, I'm going to make the icing. I've got some sunflower spread. I'm going to add some icing sugar. I'm just going to cream these together. And creaming, as I'm sure you probably know, just means sort of smashing the fat and the sugar together until the sugar dissolves. It will eventually come together. You just need to persevere for a couple of minutes. So now we've got to that stage, I'm going to add some peanut butter. This stuff is lethal. It's the kind of stuff I need to lock away for the fear of sort of eating it all by myself. Now this is salted, so I'm not going to add any salt. If yours is plain, then a little pinch just helps to bring out that lovely flavour. Sometimes when you add peanut butter to other ingredients, it sometimes seizes up a little bit. I'm just going to add just a touch of oat milk just to loosen it up. One thing to say about the icing is you don't need the icing. These muffins stand up by themselves. They're very, very delicious just as they are. But if you want the full luxury muffin experience, then I would highly recommend that you make the icing. I can smell the roast peanuts in here. I love this. And it sounds sort of squelchy delicious. I mean, look at that stuff. It's so glossy and silky and good. Okay, it's icing time, and I'm very excited. I've only got one rule when it comes to icing, and that is that it's got to go on thick. I'm just aiming to slather it on and just make it look like you'd be happy to give it to a friend or put it on Instagram. I'm just going to carry on icing. What I love about cakes is that no matter what kind of day you've had, it's just one really simple thing that just seems to go right because you sort of, you put it in the oven and it comes out. You can never have a bad day if you make a cake, I think. It's a very therapeutic thing to do. Does that anyway? Look like the Ocado logo. You know what's really weird is icing muffins whilst lots of people stare at you. But this is life.